fucking attack.
Hi, my name's Walter. I'm going to interview a couple of people who just got out of jail, and they were telling me about how once they were in the bus, which is the van where they got put in after they got handcuffed, the bus drove around for 2 hours.
Yeah. Where do you want me to start? From that point?
You can start wherever you want.
Well, I'll start from when we were sitting down. Like, we were sitting together, and there was people in front of us, and so the first thing that the cops did was they came and they were punching the guy in the face that was in front of us. And then they took the baton and they were hitting him with the baton to try to get him to, like, release his hand, and then they pulled him and dragged him away, and then they moved on to Claire next, and they dragged her away, and I grabbed, like, the sewing, you know, that bag that you had in your hand as you were being dragged away. And then they came for me next and dragged me away, and they were throwing me around on the ground, carrying me and then dragging me, and then they took my backpack, they threw everything on the street from my backpack, put the handcuffs on so tight that I couldn't feel my hands, and then they put us in the bus. They said that it would be a 5-minute ride, but then they just drove around in circles, parked for a while, then turned around, drove around, parked. For like 2 hours they did that before we actually got to the police station.
Did people have to defecate on themselves and urinate on themselves?
No, I didn't see any of that. But people were asking to please loosen the handcuffs. There were quite a few people. They just made everybody's hands, like, they made the cuffs so tight on everybody that, like, you know, everyone's hands were turning like white and purple.
Do you have marks on your hands, do you think?
Well, I mean, I don't have marks, but it's like it hurts to the touch, like around my hands, and I still can't feel like certain parts of my hands, even like 2 days later. So I mean, I hope eventually, I think eventually the feeling will come back in them. But
really horrible to watch. Just Stacy was sitting next to me and just crying in pain. She was in so much pain, and I kept asking, can somebody please help her? And everyone around us was like, somebody please help her, and they just kept saying, we'll be there soon, we'll be there soon, and nobody helped her. Eventually she stopped crying, and she was just unresponsive, just like sitting there trying to deal with the pain.
What time did you get out?
I got out at like 4:30, 5 o'clock yesterday. I didn't have a resisting arrest charge. Just trespassing and not obeying police orders were the 2 charges that I had. So I didn't have to be like transferred to central booking. Like some people, they gave random charge. You know, like I don't know how they picked out the people to give resisting arrest, because like we did the same exact thing, but she got resisting arrest and I didn't. Yeah. So I don't know how they chose those people.
Where did you stay last night?
Last night I stayed like at a friend of a friend's house. I didn't know where to stay. I didn't have anywhere to stay.
So people are helping out with places to stay?
I don't know where I'm going to stay tonight, but I think at a church somewhere. I really have yet to really know where I'm going, so I don't know.
Well, thank you very much. These are some words from Wall Street, Occupy Wall Street, about the repercussions of the arrests. And also, I heard about some of the women had to go to the bathroom in the open stalls, and some of the cops were watching them.
Yeah, we were in a stall. We were in a cell that like the male cops were not allowed to walk over to the cells, but we just happened to have a cell that was right in front of the fucking doorway. So just everybody was walking back and forth, and 2 of us got our periods. and we didn't, like, we were making like a human wall so that we wouldn't just be going out in the open. I had to stay later because of this extra charge that I didn't really understand. And I had a medication that I told them around 2 o'clock that I would need at 5, and they said, don't worry about it, you'll probably be out by then. I did not receive my medication until midnight. I asked them again at 5 and again at 7, and they finally took me to a hospital, and I got my medication at midnight that I have a bottle of on my person at all times, but that was confiscated. And by that time I was in hysterics from withdrawal symptoms. It's a psych medication, and it's just, withdrawal is really ugly. Well, so then I had that, and then I had to stay an extra night because
Here come the cops now.
What are they telling people? Why are they here? They barricaded the whole park.
Well,
What, now we can't talk?
you got the gist
Huh?
of it.
Now we can't breathe? What can we do now? Huh? We can't stand now? You know, you can't smile now?
Make sure everybody's eyes are open.
Like, what can't you do now? Can we stand? Is that okay? Can we breathe? I mean, I'm gonna have to poo later. Is that okay, or do I have to ask your permission? You want to hold my hand?
What are they looking for? Oh, yeah. So they didn't care, like, for the past month that pot smells were everywhere. But now, all of a sudden, they're going to come and investigate.
Anyway, you got the gist of it.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you guys. Signing off right now.
About how you had to be in shackles, though.
Oh, that's true.
And tied to a gurney.
Because they wouldn't give me my medication unless we went to the hospital, I had to request a hospital visit, which delayed my release by another day. Leaving the premises, we were already shackled in groups, but when we got to the hospital, I had to be shackled to the chair, and my legs had to be shackled together. And so I was just walking around like that all night, except for at the office, you would just lift up your legs and they would push you because they didn't want you walking. Those are the most egregious things I can think of. Except for when I came to claim my belongings today, they had a line that did not move at all for 2 hours. And there were people there who were waiting in the rain with no raincoats because the raincoats were in the precinct for 2 hours.
Well, thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks.